What's up, everyone? I'm Jonathan Mathis, the sports judge. The Final Four is finally set. The road to the Final Four has been an incredible journey for all four of these teams, and despite being a relatively peculiar year in college basketball, there was still a feeling of electricity and excitement. For the first time ever in school history, the San Diego State Aztecs have advanced to the Final Four. How historic and cool is that? The Aztecs, led by head coach Brian Dutcher, has set the standard for the Mountain West. No school from that conference has ever made it this far. San Diego State has landed on the map with its astonishing run. It was a closely contested victory against Creighton that had a bit of controversy to follow. With the game tied at 56, Creighton guard Ryan Nembhard was called for a foul on Aztecs guard Darian Tramiel. A game should never end with a controversial call. You never want to see a game decided by the officials. Let them play. We want a breathtaking finish. We want to see a thriller. You can make the argument that Creighton got robbed. I think it was one of the worst calls I've ever seen. Nembhard did foul Tramiel, but not hard. I'm not sure whether or not that was the right call. It was not a no-brainer call. Of course, we all seen the replay, but every March, you're going to have some controversy. And amid the lack of consistency, San Diego State's run continues. Tramiel was awarded 2 free throws and converted on the second one following a miss. Ball game. Game over. The Aztecs clinched their spot in the Final Four with Tramiel's game-winning free throw. This was a victory over Creighton that means so much to the city, the fans, the alumni, and the players. But there's still work to be done. This March, the Aztecs have played mad, becoming one of the most exciting teams in school history. And next weekend, San Diego State will play against number 9 seed Florida Atlantic in Houston. I like the Aztecs. FAU has won a couple of nail biters, besting 4th seeded Tennessee and grinding or edging Kansas State. It should be compelling to watch. It will be tricky. It could be a wild game. But I'm picking San Diego State, because this is a bruising and physical team. And after trailing for much of the first half against Creighton, it held the Blue Jays to 23 points on 28% shooting in the final 20 minutes of regulation. This is also an experienced group with 4 rotation players. Johnson, Minshew, if I'm pronouncing names right, please forgive me, I always butcher names. Sicko, and Arup, if I'm pronouncing their names correctly. You have Dutcher, Steve Fisher's longtime assistant who understands the place and knows how to win. It was Fisher who convinced the administration to hand the keys to Dutcher. It was a wise move. Dutcher, like Fisher, predicates his program on defense. This Aztecs team is built like linebackers. Turns out, Florida Atlantic has been one of the biggest stories in college basketball. The storybook season continues. The improbable run continues. The Owls had never won an NCAA tournament game prior to March 17th. Amazingly, FAU has won 4 in a row to get to Houston. Janelle Davis has been a star. Some of the best teams in college basketball are now some of the most unpredictable. Can they clean up? Here's the thing about FAU. Can it clean up the turnovers before facing a defensive-oriented team in San Diego State. It should be an exciting one with the way FAU likes to shoot the three, nailing 9 3-pointers in the Elite Eight. We'll see on Saturday. It wasn't pretty for FAU, and every win isn't going to be pretty. But despite 22 turnovers against K-State, it came away with the win. The Aztecs are the team I'm going with to beat the Owls. You can't bet against a team that has allowed just 57.3 points per game through 4 games in this tournament. This season has been quite a ride for number 5 seed Miami. This season has been unlike any other for UConn, the team Miami will face. It's been quite a ride. In this year of uncertainty, Miami has played its best basketball and even surprised a lot of us by mounting a second half comeback to defeat number 2 Texas, the only highest seed remaining in the tournament. Jim Larranaga takes his second school to the Final Four 17 years after guiding the underdog George Mason on its improbable run to the Final Four. I've been saying it all tournament long. He's the most underrated coach in college basketball. And so Miami advanced to the program's first ever Final Four in NCAA tournament history. It will mean a huge deal for the Hurricanes to win the whole thing. It's wide open now. It's anybody's game to win. No brand name schools are left in this tournament. It's all the schools we least expected. The Hurricanes, led by their stellar backcourt from Nigel Pack and Isaiah Wong, can play against anybody. I feel like you got 2 of the best guards in this tournament. It's a great tandem. They're a great team. They definitely give teams a challenge. They're scoring. They can score the ball. They're unguardable and can be tough to defend. You have Norchad Omier. He's good. Jordan Miller was phenomenal on Sunday, scoring a game-high 27 points and went a perfect 7 for 7 from the field and 13 of 13 from the free throw line. You have Omier, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly as well. He anchors the front court. He's one of the nation's best rebounders. It was Miami's defense, which by metrics was poor for most of the season, that was a bit of a liability. This time around, the defense won the game. The defense wasn't so mediocre and kept the game close enough. Now they meet a very good UConn team. The physically imposing Huskies are an elite rebounding team. They have a stifling defense. And if anybody can shut down Miami's guards, it's UConn. The Huskies, with their defense, can keep Miami's trio of high-powered scoring guards at bay. It's going to be interesting to watch. I got UConn winning because I think they're solid on both ends of the floor, and I think they are well coached by Hurley. I think they will win this game. I think it will be UConn versus San Diego State for the national title game. You guys take care. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I really appreciate you guys for watching. Thanks for the love and support. You guys have a good night. Talk to you guys very, very soon.